period of time, the only words that will make us stop and take notice are, remember when. Most of us have forgotten all the stuff we're supposed to remember, but when it comes to useless trivia, we are intellectual storehouses. The smallest detail from kindergarten can move us to tears. A stupid 5th grade prank sends us into hysteria. Because our addiction to nostalgia is so strong, we felt it absolutely necessary to share some of our brightest moments with you, our friends, our family, because only you will be tolerant enough to laugh along with us.
We've had incidents of true love, oh my God moments. We've endured perfectly stupid pranks, and we've all had our share of general insanity.
Sam Drisner loved Jordan Jackson. He gave her a box of stickers with a note saying, "This is how I truly feel about you." We still don't quite know what that meant.
OMG. Remember when Nick Bauer convinced Nicole Komarek that his fur cape was made from his dog, Tonka? Double OMG. Remember when Nick wore a fur cape?
You remember when Pedro shaved off his eyebrows? And then Rachel drew them back on with a marker? Do you remember when our microwave from the senior lounge was accidentally found in the fridge? That was right after we used it to cook a pillow. Yummy.
Speaking of true love, who can forget that Justin and Stephanie dated and broke up, and dated and broke up, and dated and broke up 57 times. And that Nick gave Jordan antifreeze because she had a cold heart.
And who even wants to remember Josh Sharp's 15-minute presentation on saliva? Or Nick's constant reference to William Shakespeare as Will I Am or Bill the Barber in his AP English paper.
We have yet to figure out why Colleen Gordon laughed so hard every time Mr. Massey said Volkswagen.
Do you remember how jealous Nick was when Peyton had blonde highlights put in his hair?
Do you remember when all the girls had crushes on Peyton with his blonde highlights? And never let it be said that we were not resourceful. Why, Anna Walker actually glued her bumper back onto her car with crazy glue.
Do you remember when science genius Nicole set a plastic beaker on a hot plate? Which complimented Rachel setting fire to her science book in the middle of class.
We remember first best friends, first loves, first big wins, and first big losses. We remember glue sticks, Mr. Balloon Hands in soccer, moving from cubbies to lockers, painting planet murals, and a time when we actually thought the E-skate was cool.
We remember when Peyton and Dylan hid behind the monkey bars and waited for everybody else to go back in class. We remember the sound of our secret snickering during a sustained silent reading, and the sound of Briar crying almost every day in 3rd grade. We remember Mr. Mac and totally outrageous math.
We remember Caitlin Jordan breaking the news to Morgan that her hair was in fact not blonde. We remember when Alex put Laura's shoes in a bucket of paint, and she and Morgan retaliated by painting his shoes bright pink. We remember our moment of true glory when Briar took a half-court shot at the buzzer and scored a 1-point win. Against guess who?
Variable.
We remember that Coach Cornelison wore thongs. our winters once more, the 6 + 2 = 12.
We remember coming to high school and scared half out of our minds, killer tests, non-stop hard work, challenges, prioritizing academics. We remember Mr. Reminar.
It is not hard for us to remember everything and everyone at ESHS. It has been the place where we grew up, where we learned, where we prepared ourselves to join the adult world. And no matter how far we travel, or wherever we go, we will always remember all of you.
So, just one last memory. Does anyone remember a day that Hunter Hancock actually arrived at school on time? No!
Remember the class of 2012. Thank you. If your short-term memory is working well, you will recall that I stated earlier that I do not like being up here alone. Well, I don't have to because now I'm going to be joined by my co-valedictorian and dear friend, Jordan Jackson.
Laura is not alone in her fear of public speaking. We both actually waited until we were seniors to take the class. Doing this speech together does make it a little easier, but we have another issue. We are both extremely sentimental and easily break into tears, and sometimes long sobs if things are too emotionally charged. We come by it naturally, since both of our mothers have been crying around the house for weeks. We cannot afford to have breakdowns while we're standing up here, however, so this is what we would like to do.
We love and appreciate our entire family, our moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, aunts, uncles, cousins, and our teachers. And we will talk and cry with each of you personally after the ceremony.
What we do want to talk about for just 1 minute is the class of 2012. This class has often been referred to as an anomaly. An anomaly is a deviation from the common rule or an irregularity. This does not mean that we are weird. We have a graph to illustrate our point. Here we have a normal bell curve of any given population. Little at the top, very little at the bottom, almost everybody in the middle. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the statistical curve of the class of 2012. Pretty amazing, wouldn't you say? We have National Merit Scholarship winners and finalists.
One of the highest group ACT composite scores for a single class of students in the state.
Among the top 10 schools in the state for outstanding advanced placement scores.
Enough gold medals from skills competitions to merit a trophy case at the new school.
Art awards upon art awards. Their talents are a tribute to the school and the town.
Music that sets our hearts soaring and our feet dancing.
And, of course, a state championship golf team and a first time ever 2-year running state qualifier basketball team.
We are not surprised that we are considered an irregularity. While both of us agree that all of these accolades are well deserved, they do not define us as a class. What makes us truly different does not get recognized with medals, ribbons, trophies, or scholarships. It is our special bond of friendship, the compassionate way in which we treat each other, the generosity of our spirits, and the feeling that we belong together, supporting one another, making us all stronger and better people.
These are the reasons that we are weird. In a world that seems never to be able to get along about anything, never able to compromise a single issue, never prone to apologize instead of excuse, never ask for forgiveness, never see the humor that keeps us sane. Maybe our weird little anomaly of 30 seniors can go out and show others how it's done. We are sure that the class of 2012 can, and we're smart. Just look at these medals.
Thanks to you all.
Now I'll call up salutatorian Colleen Boardman and President of National Honor Society Katie Marie for the presentation of the stoles.